I'll be frank with you all, I was not expecting to start in Ragam Tower, but while we're here, I might as well see if there's any more TMs I want to get, and I can catch you all up to what I've been up to. So, greeting interwebs, is Jackie K, and welcome for some more Pokemon XG, Next Gen. Canon-wise, I forget where we left off. It's been so long, I spent so long training in Mount Battle to try to get everyone leveled up. I guess I can at least show that, assuming everyone's here and Swiper's not in the party. Hey everyone, got a bit of cleanup to do before we jump back into proper episodes, you know, proper. Somehow, I never bothered to check the underground area of the pre-gym, which is quite a bit of unfortunate oversight because I get the feeling that these TMs would have been a lot more useful if I picked them up when I first had the opportunity to, because like TM 36 was it? Excisor? That's a pretty good bug move. At this point I don't know where I would fit on the team though, because Donphan has access to Mega Horn, which is a significant power improvement from that. But over here we have TM19, which is Sludge Bomb, something I would have loved to use earlier on in the game. Maybe I could even find some use for it now. Poison Jam kind of outpaces it, but that's still a good option to have. And that's it for Pride Gym stuff. Got a Battle CD, but I believe that's there from the original XD. Beyond that, most of the other stuff that you missed was me grinding in Ragam Tower, continuing to check Pokespots, because I was convinced that Raikou might have been at one of them, getting berries, and stuff even minor than that. So, I'm not going to list every little thing I did off screen, but if you notice differences in like how many berries I have and stuff like that, you know why. And yeah, we've caught Mankey before, but I wanted to leave this one in specifically for that little thing. Maybe it's my imagination, but I could have sworn that the camera angle was off for that, ever so slightly. So that's reflective of the name. Beyond that, I also found a wild Aldermite that you'll see in a little bit, and as for purifications, I was all set to just make like a little miscellaneous separate video, because I was on the fence of if I wanted to show it or not. And then I go to edit it, and not only did the mic cut off halfway through my commentary, which is bad enough in of itself, the commentary doesn't sound that great to begin with, so I think I'm going to can that idea for a video, and instead I'm just going to show you the most interesting thing to come out of that montage. You could just assume that all the Shadow Pokemon we've caught up to this point have been fully purified. Ooh. Don't think that Pokemon normally gets that. Not going to complain though. Swords Dance and Glare. Like, I mean, it's a Rock Snake, so Glare makes sense and probably is something that I would normally get, but definitely not Swords Dance. Don't see any swords that I dance around with, but Swords Dance, now that I say it out loud, Swords Dance is a real weird move to begin with. Hold on. This is a legendary Pokemon we got from the latest boss. This has gotta be good. And all I was gonna say is, like, how does Game Freak in general justify what gets Swords Dance and what doesn't, outside of balancing reasons? Like, what is Swords Dance? From a psychological level. Flame Toss, that makes sense, because it had Shadow moves that were essentially that. Really? I did say this was gonna be good. I'm just kind of shocked that it was that good. Like, I know it's a defensive Pokemon, so something like Belly Drum probably is the best way to actually give it some offense to work with. And it might, I don't know, like, half of your max HP is a lot. But with how much defense it has, that still might be enough to actually be able to take a hit or two. Especially if you're just going to go boom afterwards. And a few battle bingos in between. Majority of that has already been uploaded, so you can check out the playlist and see what you missed if any of that catches your curiosity. There's some things like the battle bingo that I haven't uploaded yet. I guess the point I'm trying to get at is that we've been at this for so long, I haven't uploaded all my intermission videos yet. I haven't even edited all my intermission videos yet, but it's been so long since we progressed the main plot, and that we are going into the final dungeon of Pokémon XD, and it's a doozy. I figured it wouldn't hurt to just sprinkle in those extra intermission videos as I'm going through the final dungeon, because we've spent enough time climbing Mount Battle and all that. I think we're all ready to get to the end. I bet you all are as much as I am, even though I'm a little nervous about getting started, to be perfectly frank. Let me double check my TMs, and I'll get back to you on that. There. One of every TM from this shop at last. It only took half the money that I already owned to do that. You know, sure, that took a lot of money, but I bought some stuff off screen, and we're about to go into a dungeon with plenty more trainer battles in stow. Then I'm sure if I need more money down the road, we'll get it. After all, I feel a little unprepared, despite all the time I spent away from doing this. But I feel like if I don't just jump on in, I'm gonna keep putting it off till the end of time. So, but am I truly ready to ride Robo Kyogre? It was one of the two Pokemon that can learn Wide Guard, and I did some research and realized like how awesome Wide Guard actually is for double battles. Again, recommend checking out some of the Mount Battle videos if you want to see that in action. But we also got a Wood Hammer at level 55, and considering that I'm a Poison Heal, Toxic Orb, Breloom, or at least Funland is, I think this is a good combination. Put things to sleep, do massive damage with Wood Hammer, and just heal it back with a combination of Drain Punch and my recovery. Damage-wise, it'll do first and foremost. Speaking of which, let me double check the items I have in the box and just clean that up real quick. Oh, it's been forever and a half since I actually talked to the dude. I've just been going to Pyrite this entire time. Well, oops. I'm kind of regretting burning all my money on the TMs, but had to buy them out eventually. So sooner better than later, I suppose. And as I was assuring myself earlier, there'll still be opportunity to get more of these. There'll be plenty of opportunities to get more money, and so I might as well use it all up now. I'm not sure if I'm ready for it, in terms of battle or in my mental state to commentate, but I'm gonna go for it anyways. As I've said too many times, we put this off for so long, you gotta at least give it a shot. Worst case scenario, if I'm really unprepared, I can do some more Mount Battle. Oh, man. I'm just taken back to the days when I first played this game on my own terms. Or played the original Pokémon XD. That's your main issue, man? Okay, that's a cool name. Navigator Arc. Like, there's actually some merit to it. Like, it kind of fits the theme of the character. It isn't just like a normalized attempt on the character. I can get behind that. What I can't get behind is the fact that there's two water types. Oh, that's right! We're back to dealing with Shadow Pokemon. It's been so long. I was gonna say, I could just discharge everything. But I've been so long in the Mount Battle mindset, I forgot that I have to actually try to catch some of these guys. Oh. Man, I'm sure it was a thing in the original, I just don't remember. But I definitely don't remember that the very first battle here started off with Shadow Pokemon. I was gonna say, like... I mean, Gyarados is pretty Gyarados is pretty strong, it could probably still discharge and everything will be fine, but... Ellie isn't exactly too keen on, like, just taking water moves. Maybe I should have gotten Protect on you, even though I'm pretty happy with, like, all the moves on this moveset. Well, I got Poison Heal. I don't have to really worry about discharge too much as long as they don't get paralyzed turn 1. But what are the odds of that? I can just tell I've already wished it into existence. But otherwise, if I don't just go for something now, I'll be hesitating all day. Hesitation's just like my mindset at the moment. I did like a whole like commentary to try to get myself into the groove. Just talking about something I should have. As I was saying, I felt like I wasn't in the commentating mindset despite spending so much time commentating, but at least that's the perfect health range, and now we can put the Gyarados to sleep. The downside is, like, now I don't have a means to whittle you down with Thunderbolt or something, but suddenly having AoE moves is kind of biting me in the butt a little. What level was the Gyarados again? Because I was just saying, oh, level 53. I'm actually not under leveled anymore. I should have knocked out that Gyarados as quad weak to my electric attack. No, I don't know what I was thinking. I think it's a good time to bring up the mindset that just because I spent hours upon hours getting everyone on the Purify team back up to level, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm never going to use a Shadow Pokemon again. I still want to keep to tradition with my Pokemon XD playthroughs and cycle between at least one of the Shadow Pokemon, but I thought like having a full team of 6 would make that rotating a bit easier, because I would always be able to keep 5 on the main team without feeling like I was missing out on too much coverage. How long will it take before I throw a Shadow Pokemon in though? With the amount of time I put into everything, maybe a little bit at the very least. I gotta be honest with you, I'm kinda annoyed that this Whale Lord's entire strat is Protect stalling. Didn't even do really anything to stall Protect over, but whatever. Yeah, I guess it's a good time to show off the fact that I went against my word and did decide to actually use all the PowerPoint maxes. Wonder, probably not a perfect time for Bodyguard quite yet. Oh, I guess it was inevitable that with all the water types in the field, one of them would have Ice Beam. It's just a general rule of the ice types. Hopefully let's use the fact that I can heal off damage. Hopefully the whole Wood Hammer thing doesn't backfire on me. At least I made it through. I don't know though, it's still kind of pushing a little. If the Whale Lord decides to actually do something, I could be in trouble. Oh, speaking of which, there's their Whale Lord doing something! What a perfect timing! Yay! Swimmer Speed, you have Wide Guard. This is the perfect time in the quote-unquote canon timeline to actually... No, it's not. Scratch that, scratch that. It's not a perfect time to show off Wide Guard. Especially because I still have to catch a Shadow Pokemon. I may have forgotten about that tiny little detail. Hopefully this won't do too much damage. Barely any. Ooh, I am liking that though. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about the whole lightning rod here. I guess my team does have pretty good chemistry after all. It's always nice when the double straps kind of work in my favor. Alright, don't mind me making sure that I actually make use of the healing items I buy or bought and actually heal off before I take too much damage. I wonder if like Shadow Wave actually boosts it in the rain. That would be a cool touch, but that would be a lot of detail that I wouldn't really put up against anyone to actually implement. I bought all these Moo Moo Milks. I'm starting to realize that they may be kind of obsolete at this point, but I better use them up now instead of waiting for them to even be, you know, even more obsolete. Man, really? I guess there's some merit to actually using the Ice Punch, because I was going for Ice Punch because I could slowly whittle down the Shadow Pokemon and maybe get a Freeze off, which would help with catching and all that. But it was protecting itself anyway, so not too much loss there. Just the only problem is I don't know what to do with Congenerate until I get to that point. I guess that's what I have Protect for. Alright, can we get the freeze this time? XG loves its freeze hacks. They even made moves specifically for freezing now. I forgot that this is a hard mode mod, so NPCs are actually going to have items that I don't like. I did not even think about the possibility of that berry, but considering this is a Pokemon known for its HP, that's like the perfect berry for it to have. And the problem is I can't use Discharge because I don't want to knock it out. Well, maybe I can at least knock out the Lantern and get that out of here. It's just... I'm a little conflicted of if the Whale Lord has enough HP for me to just, like, use Discharge anyways. I don't know, it likes to protect every other turn, so... There's a lot of conflictions to it. I might just see if I can chip it away with Ice Punch. Because you would think it would get frozen eventually. Eventually. Also, speaking of modern gen mechanics implemented into XG, I wonder if X items work the way they do in more modern generations, or how they did in this one. Specifically in the part of if I could target one of my allies with it or not. I guess there's one easy way to find out. I did notice I had like 2 X attacks sitting in the PC here. And now we all know for future reference. It won't even let me take back the move. That's like my thinking of like, surely, even if it's a single target thing, it'll let me take it back. Nope. I don't know, as far as I know, I could just be going crazy because I never use X items. And you've never been able to use them on your partner in a double battle. It just feels like something they would have implemented into the main series game by now. Oh, you remember when I said I should be paying attention to my partner's health and healing them up so they don't faint? Or before they faint? Guess what? I am great at following my own advice, I suppose. Oh, that's right. Starmie is a dark type. I was gonna say, like, man, I gotta keep my Houndoom away from this fight as much as possible, but Starmie. It feels like this battle alone is gonna take my entire team anyways, so why not? Just a little speed boost, because until I catch that Whale Lord, that feels like the best thing Talon Swift can do right about now. I was gonna say, let's hope that we just knock this thing out right away and reduce how much this is gonna really obliterate me. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I could have sworn like Shadow Wave was a different type of wave in the original games. Like, I know it's a wave, like a literal wave here, but I remember it being just more like I remember Shadow Wave as in the one that's a swirly line that just attacks 2 Pokemon and has nothing to do with water. I don't know if they renamed it in this mod or if they took it out. It's been too long since I've seen the move before because it's normally an early game Shadow move. Right, it's just a Whale Lord buff. Alright, feeling pretty good about this play. Best case scenario, I can catch the Whale Lord and save my... I can use up some lemonades. Worst case scenario, I roost and get back up to full health anyways, but that part didn't seem to be necessary. But if the very first battle in this place was this tough, I'm kinda concerned if I'm actually ready for this or not. Well, let me see what the other Bolt Dude is up to, because I know... I'm familiar enough with XD to know that the other Bolt Dude is pretty chill. The memories of that particular Bolt Dude being a bit of a jerk are coming back to me now, but I am certain that the other Bolt Dude is just fine. I say as I try to heal up my entire team anyways. Let's be real, Builders. Gonna be at least one more battle before we get to the PC anyways. No reason not to do it now. Huh? We managed to get the island. You rolled that here? That's awesome! Even the world's most richest man doesn't have one of those. Listen, how about taking me on a ride sometime? Sure. Spirit of Speed. I don't know if it's a thing, but I'll say it's on this. No. And it's a battle CD that I can't exactly use. Sure thing, man. Sure thing. So, I'm kind of playing a little by ear, but I think it might be too far. But I'm thinking when we actually get access to this elevator, I'm going to backtrack and do some things back on the mainland. Just so it's not all... Our entire time is not all spent here all at once. Well, it's not a complete waste. We get power points back. And I didn't, at least didn't waste any elixirs or ethers. Let me take a closer look at those Shadow Pokemon we got while I'm at it. Shadow Tantrum, what? I think we got pretty lucky! Because that's like a strong move and it just missed. I thought it was just like strong, but it has bad accuracy. 90% is not so bad considering some of the other 90% moves this game has to offer. Right, attacks with polluted water by Evil Aurora. I don't think I've ever actually read the description before. Man, it's not enough that it's evil water. It's evil polluted water. I'm not complaining, I'm a fan of it. Shell Guard, we're well company with that. Oh, that's a healing move. Wow. I actually have a strong temptation to use this Whale Lord. I've never actually used one before, but we just got Swimmer Speed out here. I know what's coming up next and I don't feel too confident about it. Well, maybe I jumped the gun a little too soon. I thought we were getting into a fight right away. Man, Chaser Mario. Am I crazy, Because I remember a boss fight right as we go into this place, and I don't remember this guy at all. He doesn't even seem to have any Shadow Pokemon. I was even all prepared to go into like Tailwind and all sorts of Earthquake shenanigans, and I was thinking of doing some Rispy and Congener because they were such a good lead combination before, and of course I think they might be slightly better than this lead, and so of course that's when I don't actually have them. But alas, we improvise. We improve our strategy on the spot, like the best of the players in this archaic land. Cool, you're a Sandstorm team. I just remembered, don't you have a ability like that's tied to sand, Gligar? Oh, I don't know, maybe something kinda annoying that messes with evasion and the like, oh, I don't know, maybe starts with a sand and ends with a veil. One way to find out, I guess. Please don't miss. Please don't miss. My god, you missed! Ooh boy! I can tell how this battle's gonna go already. And you're just gonna farm for attack boost and like, man, didn't know it was this possible to not like Mario. But my good friend, good old Mario, you are definitely making yourself unlikable. I would attempt to go for Nasty Plot boost, but ain't exactly in the best scenario. Like, you just came in, good old Flame Chomp, and you're already kind of having a bad time. I'm sorry about that. The good news is that we're right next to a PC to heal and all. So good on me. Ugh. No wonder you got shipped away so quickly. You're getting hit with Diet Earthquakes. Jeez. Well, good to know that Tail Swift did all of, well, nothing. Well, at least you would be immune to the Bulldoze. I just don't know what else you would possibly do. I think maybe if I just get rid of the Lone Tone before I can attack my bird, we can go from there, because it seems like we're going to need plenty of chances to actually hit this thing. My fair lady. Oof. Sadly, several hits does not seem to be a luxury that we get to have today. Okay, at least I think I have just barely enough health to heal off. Maybe not. Just when I remembered that I had full restores. Well, at least I have Protect, so maybe I can just get this Gligar out of here before Bulldoze can become too much of an issue. Oh, right, your whole team's gonna be ground. Oh, and you do have a Shadow Pokemon. Good news! The only Shadow Pokemon I was spoiled on from the radar is here now, so we don't have to worry about me unknowingly being aware of anything else. Actually, it's been so long I completely forgot about it until the Aurora Reader came up, so why not? Cool, I finally get a hit off, and it's with Hyper Voice. Because of course it was. I'm not sure if I mentioned that I messed around with items off screen, but yeah. one of the things I changed was specifically tied to giving Pokemon the Aurora Shield, or whatever it's called. Oh! Oh no! It just clicked to me that you could... It just clicked to me that this Gligar could be even worse than we already possibly imagined it being. I wonder if it's time to use a Shade Ball. I don't know, we only got 10 and I don't know if there's any way for us to ever get more ever again. Do I really need it? Like, I have 40 Ultra Balls. Yeah, I could go for the Hidden Power Ice. But what if I miss? Or worse, what if my speed is so lowered that I get knocked out first? Alright. Time for the moment of truth, I suppose. Hindsight, maybe I could have put it to sleep first, but who's got the time for that? We have a Gligar that's trying to murder us. Okay, maybe I do have time to put you to sleep first. Oh, shoot! So many things just clicked. All at once. None of them were good. Thanks for asking. I'm gonna wipe the Mario, aren't I? Maybe there was more merit to saving than I gave myself credit for. As much as I want to catch this Nidoking, I even more so want to get rid of this Gligar. It's quad weak to ice. And if I had so many ice type options on this team specifically, the fact that it's still out here is... Wait, no, it can knock out the partner. Well, this wasn't the fight that I was expecting to reset on. But I do have a nice save right before this fight. And I was kind of worried about the previous... about this video being short anyways? Why the heck not? No. What the heck? I definitely saved! Or maybe I didn't. Greetings, interwebs! Strike it gay, and welcome for another edition of Pokemon XG Next Gen! For like the third time this episode, even though I could easily cut at least one of them out. Who wants to see me fight the whale and the Gyarados again? I sure don't. Give me a sec. Has Wailord always had the ability to use Drizzle? Now I kinda wanna check. Later. But first, double strats. I may only be hitting the Lantern, but that's all the better for it. Get out of here. Let me spam my discharge in peace. You know, I think I can do it. Speaking of double strategies, this is even better. Because this is why I thought it was good to have a diversity between Protect and Y-Guard. Because sure, I knew I would survive, and I had every right to survive, but that didn't make that any less scary. That definitely looked like it did more than the last one. The important thing is that I was protected from that. And I think the best part is that I can keep spamming it and never run out. It worked last time, but do I really want to push my luck a second time? Screw it. YOLO. Wait a minute, is this gonna do more damage because it's hitting less Pokemon? It is. I knew I was moving dangerous anyways. And the worst part is I have to reset this time because I actually caught both these Shadow Pokemon. So it wouldn't make sense for the consistency of the video. Greetings interwebs, it's Jackie K and welcome for another edition of Pokémon XG. I'll cut to the point. Third time around, I only just now thought, maybe I should TM away from Discharge to Thunderbolt. Maybe that would make the fight easier. Well, at least I don't have to go through that cutscene again. For a minute there, I didn't think the game would even give me the mercy of being able to save after the cutscene. You think after going through that cutscene like 3 times already that I would have realized that, but you know, some things you don't pay attention to while you're commentating. It can just be like that sometimes. If anything, this just is a testament to how easy and how lucky I got the first time around. I could cut everything out and pretend that none of this ever happened, but at this point, it's just funny. Like how that Channel Tantrum has yet to actually hit me. I know it was a crit, but even with a crit, that felt like way too much damage for a body slam to do. Ooh, good lord. But guess what? My Jolteon actually knows Thunderbolt this time. So I can go with this strat without any worry about accidentally KOing this Gyarados ever again. Because like the worst part is that the whole first attempt at this battle is already recorded, saved, and backed up, so I have zero reason not to save as soon as this fight is over and never have to do it again. I just need to catch both the Shadow Pokemon without doing something, without messing it up again. You know, it's just coming to my realization how weird it is that on this team of only water Pokemon, that Ellie has made it this far and is not taken, she has not even taken an ounce of damage. Incredible. Cool! You got the double protect this time. I know you can do other things, Wailord. You have a healing move, I've seen it. Not in battle. But for the power of the space-time continuum. I know your every action that you could possibly do. I'm also just waiting for you to heal back up to full, so I can use a Thunderbolt and hopefully paralyze you, because these body slams don't seem to do the trick. Maybe I can just get around the Ultra Ball and catch this thing now. I mean, they're freaking net balls. They're like better than Ultra Balls in this exact scenario. There we go. Now I just gotta beat Mario, and the first episode of this entire recording session can finally be recorded. And at this rate, it will be the only episode of this recording session. On the bright side, this time I don't waste all my Moo Moo Milks and Lemonades right before I get to a healing station. We gotta look at the positives of this mess. He nowhere to leave me and to look at the cruiser. Where's he off to in such a hurry? Oh, I know, you chased him off. Wahaha! Just a joking. Wanna race me? I think that might have been the worst Mario impression ever. Also, I know that my Cubone, I know that the Marowak I have was initially a Cubone, but it's still weird for them to double down on Shadow Marowak. Like, there was a Alolan Marowak, there's the Cubone from the Pokespot, and now there's just plain old Marowak. I'll admit one thing, I would have never saw that coming. And you know what? It's right to start a battle. You think this would be a bad thing, but if I can just get it down to low health right away, and then catch... Shit... I should have I was gonna say, I accounted for the... Overall, that turn didn't go as bad as I was expecting. I forgot of how Shadow Shake gets resisted by Shadow Pokemon! Yes, I may be pushing my luck, but I knew it would survive it! You know what? Screw it. Only got one shot. And I ain't gonna whiff. Wait. It did let me use it, right? How come I didn't go over to... There we go. A little Moo Moo Milk. No, but it might get me... I should have just used the full... I should have just used the Hyper Potion. Well, that's fine. Oh, you know what? That's a pretty spicy... That's a pretty spicy Pokeball. And it does its job perfectly. No way, buddy. You ain't taking your friend down with you this time. Oh, that's right. Congener didn't have the Shadow Shield item this time. Well, this might be a good time to bring Tail Swift out here. It'd be immune to... Would it be immune to Shadow Shake? I'm pretty sure it's still treated like an Earthquake. Oh, right. You! I want you gone. Like, now. I just realized there's no sand. There's no Aurora Veil. There's no... or Sand Stream. Point being, now's the time to strike. I was just going for the priority because I knew how annoying it would be if I left it alone. I was gonna say, maybe this turn won't be so bad, but no, everyone hates on this whiff. There's so many parallels. So I don't see any sand yet, so I think we can take care of the Gligar for an issue. And I think just overall, this fight will be okay. It's gonna go by so much better than the previous attempt and all. Because I got the annoying Pokemon out of here. I caught one of the Shadow Pokemon already. I'm about to put the other one to sleep. It's like everything else that happened doesn't even matter anymore. I love the unintentional side effect of Poison Healed kind of doubling as a scouting move. Totally unintentional bug, but it works in my favor. Alright, oh, and you're part psychic, so this could be a problem, especially if I don't address the issue like immediately. Thankfully, the moon is slower than some mushrooms, so I think we're all set. I just gotta snake this Marowak and we'll be along our merry way. Don't surprise. I was gonna say, don't surprise me and like do 10 quintillion damage and a mere afterthought. That isn't exactly much better. Not gonna lie. How many turns was that even? Because that definitely didn't feel like more than 2. It barely even felt like 1. Maybe an Ultra Ball will be enough this time. I'm pretty sure Marowak has a more generous catch rate than a Nidoking. That's at least how logic would commentated in my head. So, come on, baby. I may need to waste a revive sooner rather than later. I'll admit, I just went for the Shadow Guard on a whim. Didn't think it would actually work. But what do you know? But will we be foolish enough to go for that twice? Yeah, I kind of figured. Come on, Ellie, you can hang in there. I believe in you. In fact, actually, let me just get you in here now. Maybe we can bake down another Shadow Shake. Because I'd be pushing it otherwise. Oh, thank goodness the AI is predictable enough. My fate and everything right now isn't exactly the highest. I'd rather just be safe. Because this Marowak does way more damage than you might expect. And it's obviously because of the Fit Club, but still. See, and Poison Heal still gets to do a little work in just like cleaning up. Problem is, like, I should be trying to chip away his health a little more, but it's just in that narrow time frame that it's just I don't know what I could do that wouldn't be overkill. Oh wait, actually, I thought I would never actually get use out of these, but Swiper? Swiper's mere existence benefits the team, even when he's not on the team. At least I think this will work. It's kind of funny how everything comes together. Swiper never really even take part in the main adventure, and still helping us with things beyond just catching stuff in Pokespots. Thank you, Swiper. And to be real, when else am I gonna use a repeat ball? Pretty decent. So who are you, huh? I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. That will definitely do it. That. Or should I say? Now, I'm pretty confident the next fight will be a boss fight. So that will mark the end of this episode. Thank you all for tuning in for this wacky start to Pokemon XG Next Gen. Next time we meet the boss, or one of the bosses. Who knows though? Between my memory and the power this mod has to change things, maybe the next fight won't be the boss. Guess we'll have to wait the next time to find out. Until then, take care.